welcome to the Fandom Show, the podcast where we learn about fantastic fandoms by talking to our favorites about their favorites. I am Kaya Green.
And I am Stephanie Malik.
And today we are talking about the show where every answer is in the form of a question. What is Jeopardy?
What is Jeopardy, Kaya?
It's the thing we're talking about today,
I
Steph.
cannot wait. Kaya,
Yeah.
what do you know about Jeopardy?
Well, I feel like I know a fair amount about Jeopardy because you and I are big Jeopardy heads.
Jep heads, as we call ourselves occasionally.
But it sounds...
I don't think that's a real term, and
yeah.
I think it sounds terrible now that I've said it loud. I'm sorry.
It's good that we've really tried that out in public for the first time being recorded.
Yeah, that's the best time to try new material, is when it's going to be recorded for posterity forever. Great.
Yep. Excellent. Strong start. So we watch it, I would say, in most of the time we watch it every day.
We try really hard. We don't have cable, and Jeopardy is notoriously hard to watch online if you don't have cable.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that we look it up on YouTube every day because that wouldn't be legal because people upload it, illegally.
I would never say that. I would never account to the fact that YouTube seems to think that we are in Pakistan half the time based on the upload location of the people who upload Jeopardy. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that.
No, we wouldn't say that. Anyway, we are big Jeopardy fans, and I've watched Jeopardy since I was quite young. Was it a thing in your family?
Yeah, my grandma was a big Jeopardy head.
Yeah, nice, excellent.
Thank you. I worked through it. No, she was really into Jeopardy, and so whenever I'd go to my grandma's house, 7:30 was always the time we'd sit down and watch Jeopardy. She was not a Wheel of Fortune lady. She didn't care about that. Jeopardy only. And then she'd watch her evening shows. But that was always the time to gather and everyone would play along.
Yeah.
And we'd play along, we didn't keep score or anything like that, but it was a nice family activity that we do together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of instilled a love of Jeopardy for me and a love of Alex Trebek.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Alex. Ugh, I miss you. It just instilled a really nice, constant in life. There's not a lot that stays constant throughout your life as you grow up, but it's nice that this show has been on for so long, and that it's been through, different eras, different boards, different stages,
different hosts, different
mustaches, but it still remained Jeopardy.
Aw, that's so lovely.
Yeah. Do you know who knows a lot about Jeopardy?
I mean, it seems like you. Is it you?
It's not me. It's our guest, Jan Caruana.
That surprises me every time.
You got to get used to it, Kaya. We're near 100 episodes
Yeah, it's
now.
99.
Jeez.
Maybe on the 100th I'll learn.
Oh, maybe. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Jan Caruana is a mainstay of Toronto stages and who's best known for her quick mind and quicker wit as an improviser. You might know her from films and TV shows like Small Achievable Goals, Baroness von Sketch Show, Mean Girls, you heard that right, and Kim's Convenience. And you can also hear her on CBC Radio's The Debaters as a regular panelist and writer on Because News with Gavin Crawford. Jan, what's up?
Hi.
What's up? Hi, welcome.
I also call myself a Jep head.
Wait, do you actually?
Absolutely. Yes. Like in our house, my husband and I, who I live with, which is why he's always there.
Yeah, okay.
That explains it.
I'm on track.
Right?
Yeah.
So just in case you needed to know what the institution of marriage often entails.
Mm-hmm,
Anyway, no, we call it Jeps. We say it's time for Jeps. It's like we're Jep heads. We love Jeps. It's a real Jeptacular.
Now I'm beginning to wonder if we got that from you. Because what are the chances?
Maybe.
Because in our house, we don't call it Jep. We call it Jorpadorp.
Yeah.
I
don't know how that evolved exactly, but I think this is a thing with a daily show. You get into your own little habits with it.
Yeah. I will say when Johnny Gilbert comes on, I will sometimes go, "This is Jan Party," because my name is Jan. I also call it Jeps, Jorpity. We do
you got a Jorp in there too.
Yeah, Jorpador.
I like adding a little R in there.
Oh, I love that.
I love it.
And then when he says, with your host Ken Jennings, I always whisper, Alex Trebek.
Oh, that's a good one. Do we have one when he comes on?
Corn Jornings.
Corn Jornings. Yeah. Yep.
And we got Doobly Dooboo.
Yeah, the Doobly Dooboo.
Whenever they get a Doobly Dooboo.
The Daily Double.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it is that familiarity. It's such a constant that you're like, great. Well, we end up with, it's like with your pet. And your pet ends up having 60 names that aren't their own name.
Yeah. There's a word for that too. It's micro dialects or something like that.
I think part of it is when you're with someone, all the time. You just develop like your own language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I often think that like nobody would understand if you just like parachuted into my home.
Yes.
Like you wouldn't understand a lot of the stuff that we say because
Yes.
it's like we have our own words for things, as I'm sure you do, and other
Absolutely.
a couple of people do, roommates or whatever.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I feel like we work really hard to not use that on this podcast, but it does slip up sometimes.
Sometimes, yep. And
Once in a while.
may very well today.
All right, we're just going to jump right into it. So let's pretend someone listening has never, ever heard of Jeopardy. How would you explain it to them?
Jeopardy is a long-running game show that is trivia-based. There's 5 categories. Every category is assigned a dollar amount. You play for the money. Each category has, I think it's 5 questions.
that is right.
Getting increasingly harder with the higher the dollar value. And at the end, you make a wager, and there is one winner out of 3 contestants.
Yes.
And that winner gets to come back.
Yeah. And there's a couple of like extra things like the daily
Yes.
double, right?
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is?
There's the daily double. So on the first, there's 2 rounds of regular play. The first round, there's 1 daily double. The second round, all the dollar amounts are doubled, and there are 2 daily doubles.
Oh.
And on the daily double, what you get to do is, you don't have to buzz in. If you find the daily double, you are the only contestant that gets to wager. You get to place a bet. If you find it early in the first round, you can wager up to $1,000, even if you don't have $1,000.
I love that
so
part. Why would
good.
you ever not do $1,000?
Why wouldn't you just go for it?
I always
Why
wonder
wouldn't
that.
you just go for it?
You gotta.
In the second round, you get to wager up to 2, and you can wager as much or as little money as you want. And then if you get it right, you get to keep that money. If you get it wrong, that money is deducted from your total.
Harsh.
Yeah, every answer you get wrong is a penalty of that, the deduction of that dollar.
Which is the hardest part of the game. I feel like it would be a totally different game if you weren't punished for being wrong.
Yeah, because you would just go
just
for
spam.
it, right?
You spam the buzzer.
Just,
Oh, yeah.
you just hit that buzzer all
Yeah.
day long.
No fear.
But you gotta play smart.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. There's like I've heard a lot of contestants, not that I've met, but on the Reddits and stuff, because they're on the Reddits a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Delightful.
Really have a don't guess policy.
Yeah, because it doesn't do you any good, really. Like unless it is like the final Jeopardy round where there's one question and everybody places a wager, and it's like you got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
If you're in last place, you can make a guess.
Yeah. And you've already bet at
You've
that
already
point,
bet,
so-
so you might as well go for it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Jeopardy moments actually didn't even take place on Jeopardy.
What?
It was it was on Cheers. And one of the characters on Cheers, Cliff, the mailman, if you are familiar,
Yes.
a real trivia head, like he knows a lot about everything, goes on Jeopardy. And the final Jeopardy answer was something like Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz, and one other celebrity or whatever. Those aren't exactly right. And he writes, "Who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen?" So while technically correct, it's not the correct answer, and he had a real fit about it. But to this day, sometimes when I don't know the actual answer, I'll say, "Who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen?"
I love that.
Yeah. I love
that.
That is great.
Yeah.
And technically correct.
Technically correct,
Technically
which is
correct.
the best kind of correct,
Yes,
right?
the
That's
only
the kind I want to be. The pedantically correct.
Exactly. What is your origin story with this? When did you start watching Jeopardy? Is this a lifelong thing for you?
It's not actually. Like my earliest Jeopardy memory is staying over at my little auntie's house. So cute. And she watched it every night, but she's a person who like moved here from Malta when she was like in her teens to get married, like not a lot of schooling, like not your typical Jeopardy head.
Jeff head.
Jeff head.
Yeah.
Because she didn't know any of the answers, right? Like she didn't go to school for any of this knowledge. But she loved it. She loved it. And I remember watching with her and then like kind of coming to it a little bit later in my adulthood when I found myself home at 7:30. So it's like, I mean, it's always been kind of in the background. Like Jeopardy's kind of been wallpaper. You'd throw it on, it would be on. It's always on,
Yeah.
Every night, the same time. So like, it's like you're saying, it's a constant, it's reliable, but only kind of in the last, like, I don't know, like decade or so have I really just been like, well, we got to watch Jeopardy. And especially during the pandemic, like
Oh,
it
yes.
really became like very comforting during the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's around the time we started referring to Alex as Knowledge Grandpa.
Yeah, he's our knowledge grandpa.
Yeah. Became one of our many fake family members.
We have so many fake family members, primarily paternal figures. So Jeopardy's been on for 41 seasons and counting now. What do you think about the format compared to other trivia shows that makes it so interesting to watch?
I think part of it is like the personalities. Because while you don't get a lot of personality on the show, like Jeopardy contestants are actually much more subdued than say like The Price is Right or something like that.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, they're jumping up and down. It's like big personality moments. Jeopardy contestants feel a little bit more subdued, but in that interview portion, which is sometimes so off the rails.
Oh yeah,
like it's
amazing.
just like this is the story. But you get a little bit of personality. Like I feel like kind of like they're kindred spirits. They're oftentimes a bit nerdy.
Yep.
When Alex was hosting, he could get a bit nasty about the stories. Even Ken Jennings can sometimes be a bit of a bitch, which I love.
There's a little sassy.
You know, it's
gentle
just
roast.
a gentle roast, and it's so great. And I think like also just the kind of breadth of trivia that you get, right? Like, it's very wide ranging, and there's kind of something for everybody. And I think they write the questions. I think it's so genius because they write it at such a level where kind of anybody who's sitting and watching who understands how to play the game could probably pull off a few right answers, and then you feel great.
Yeah.
Right? You're
You
like,
feel
I'm
like
the
a genius.
smartest person in the friggin' world.
Yeah, totally.
Because I knew this, whatever, the Alaskan pipeline.
Right? Put me in Mensa.
Yeah, get me in there. Hello, Harvard.
Hello, it's me. I'm ready for my honorary doctorate.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is true. When we started doing trivia at Stormcrow Manor here in Toronto, like I feel like we learned a lot watching Jeopardy and how to build a trivia question so that like there is a hint in there potentially or a clue or an indication of what it should be.
They're so well written, those questions.
Yeah.
They're so clever because you don't even have to know the answer to get the answer sometimes, right?
Totally.
Because there is a built-in clue. I think like as a contestant, a few contestants that I've spoken to.
Cool. That is so cool. That is so cool.
They say like part of it because you can't buzz in until the answer is the answer is read completely by the host, right? And then somebody goes doink, and then you're allowed to buzz in. So they say it's really important to listen to the question, how the question is read, because like just as a human being, like your intonation is going to also maybe give a little bit of clue what you should be paying attention to. And then you got to be like lightning fast on the buzzer. So there's so much more to this show than just like, I know things. You really have to kind of know the play. You have to kind of know the rhythm, it seems like.
Yeah, it feels as though there's so much extra technique to it that you don't get as a casual viewer. But as soon as you start like learning about it, it's like, wow, how you hold the buzzer becomes a whole conversation.
Yeah, and there's the people who like put the thumb on top. There's the people who hold it in one hand and like smack it with their other hand, or like the people who just like go nuts like yeah.
And like different things seem to work for different people because some of the best players will do all of those things.
What would your technique be? I think I would be a classic Bic pen style.
This one?
Thumb on the beeper.
I feel like I'd be faster with the two hand because I feel like my thumb is not reliable. I can't get it like a steady click.
Oh yeah. I feel like the classic like hands down like holding the wrist. I feel like who does that? Somebody does it in particular. I think it's James Holzhauer does it.
Matt Amodio does
Oh, maybe
it
that's
too?
a Matt one. Yeah. But I feel like a Matea or something is like a obvious click.
Yeah, I gotta know who you met, who you talked to.
Who'd you meet?
Because you said you talked to Jeopardy people.
I have 3 Tournament of Champs.
Oh my God.
Tournament of Champions.
Yeah,
I hit my microphone.
Oh my God, we're so excited.
I have 3 of them, and then I have one who was a regular contestant, who's unfortunately whose name I can't remember because I just kind of met her in passing. But she was like from here, and she was like doing a show at Bad Dog.
Cool.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'll try and dig it up. Yeah. So I met Matea Roach.
Oh, they're so cool.
So jealous of you.
Yes,
They're so awesome.
They are very cool and kind of exactly what you would imagine them to be. Just like cool and relaxed and a bit quiet.
Just
like,
so smart.
Just relaxed, yeah. They were on Because News, which is a show that I do on
very
CBC
cool.
Radio. So we got to do that together. And then during the pandemic, Pat Thornton and I just did and Dan Gallia did just a funny little YouTube show where we would watch an episode of Jeopardy because they had all come out on Netflix, a bunch of seasons. So we would watch an episode and then we would talk about it. And because it was the pandemic and nobody had anything to do, we had Seth on our show and Austin on our show.
Oh my gosh.
Last names, I'm like, forget it. I'm like, don't you find
Rogers, I think is Austin's last name.
Oh,
I don't know
so
Seth's
cool.
last name.
Don't you find that like when you watch Jeopardy a lot and the people keep coming back, you kind of think of them as friends?
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
I'm like,
absolutely.
oh yeah, Seth has to win. Or like, Matt's here? Like, what's going on?
Absolutely.
Yeah, my girl Amy. I love them all.
Oh, I love Amy.
I love Amy so much.
Yeah, Andrew He, love him.
Love him.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's so many that you just end up having like Madame Odio. I have such a little crush on him, but like it's a respect crush where you're just like, I just think you're just great.
You're just a neat guy.
You're just a neat guy, and I think you'd be fun to talk to.
Yeah, it is a funny thing because you're totally right when you think of like the contestants aren't chosen for their like, I don't know,
Sassiness.
showmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not that kind of show. They need to be able to do the trivia first and foremost,
Yeah.
and then obviously be able to speak on television, and that's sort of like the bar.
Yep.
But you do come to really love these people, and I find it's because they're so normal.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most normal groups of people.
Yeah, and those again, I'll go back to the interviews because they're so funny to me. It is like, so you have 30 seconds on television to tell your best story, right?
Yes.
And the story is, I was in Seattle and my cat started throwing up. And I thought, well, that's weird. So I took it to an all-night vet, and it turned out it ate a button. And like, that's your best story. Like some of them are like, well, when I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, and others are like, one time I swallowed a paper bag. Like,
It is true. That's the range.
yeah, that's the range.
It's wild.
And I read, or maybe one of the Jeopardy champs told me, is that like, you don't know what story they're gonna tell. And if you're on there a lot, you tell Kilimanjaro day one. If you're like coming back for your 20th game, you're like, yeah, my dad once picked me up from school, and all my friends said, hey, is that your dad? And they were like, yep. And that's the
Great,
story.
yeah. I mean, that I get if you're on there for a surprisingly long time, because you've probably prepared 5 good stories, maybe, in the hopes that you make it past. You've probably prepared more than you were focused on the questions, I suspect.
Yeah.
But the people who on their very first appearance tell the cat ate a button story, I am always wowed by.
But they don't know what story they're going to get prompted to tell.
It's amazing.
Because they have like a sheet, they filled out a bunch of stories, and then like Ken Jennings will be like, so tell me about the time your cat ate a button. And that you're like,
well,
this is the one you picked.
You pretty much spoiled it.
cat ate the button and it's fine.
It's incredible. Have you thought of what stories you would tell if you were ever on
hell
Jeopardy?
yeah, of course.
I figured.
Yeah, for sure. I would tell the story that I used to host a show called Actual Jeopardy, a live comedy show, and I would dress up like Alex Trebek, and I would do probably like, I would say a B- Trebek impersonation. But like, we had 3 contestants. We wrote all the questions. We had the board. We had like little flashlights with buttons on the top so people could like buzz in and we could see their light go on. And then the one difference was that we had a potpourri category, and the audience would shout out like a subject, and I would have to make up like an actual question in real time.
That's so fun.
It was so fun. It was like the funnest show. Nobody ever came to see it. But yeah, and I would wear Ben, my boyfriend's shoes, and he has like size 10 or 11 feet, and I have very small feet. So I would just like shuffle in my full Alex Trebek drag, like little
gray
suit.
suit.
Yeah, like a wig, like gray wig, gray mustache. I'd have cards. They'd tell the story, and I'd go, "That's great," and I'd like tap the card on podium and like move on. I think that would be my first story that I would want to tell.
Absolutely.
So good.
And a good one. Can you tell us about, hosting that show, writing questions? Was that fun? Was that hard?
It was the funnest. I feel like that would be my dream job.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you just like die to like get to just learn 5 interesting facts about something and like just have those at your fingertips all the time, every single day for the rest of your life? Like, that would be amazing.
It's awesome.
And it was so fun because like, you also do get to write a little kind of joke in the question, or like the joke is the category, and then you kind of get to make up the little funny answers in that category for people to ask questions. And it is challenging because you're like, well, I don't want this to be too hard or too easy.
Yep.
It was so fun. I would love to just write Jeopardy questions all day.
You heard it here first, Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, get on it.
Come on, Jeopardy.
I love also when they do the categories and like 3 in a row will be like a little play on each other.
Yeah.
It's so wholesome.
It is.
Yeah.
It's good, clean fun.
It's good, clean fun where people are just so proud to know things.
Yeah.
Intellectualism is celebrated. And no one is weird because they nerd out about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think from that standpoint is one of the things I love about it. It just feels like it's okay to be nerdy because there are other nerds around who are also nerdy and you just get to play together.
Yeah, and it's okay to know everything about bagpipes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's fine to know everything about like a 10-speed bicycle.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You just made $3,000 doing that. You know what I mean? Like your whole life has led up to this.
Totally.
Yeah.
Not to mention you'll maybe run the category and get like polite applause from the
Polite
audience.
applause.
The only time when they really applaud for things.
That's
it's so
my
cute.
favorite. That's my favorite. And there's a real trend of people jumping around the board now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people would just play like they pick a category and they try to go top to bottom, right? But I think the kind of like randomness of that, like people think that they're going to find the daily doubles more. They're going to confuse their co-contestants. So you very rarely get that like I started at the top and I ran the whole board and I got that nice little golf clap.
So satisfying.
So satisfying.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so good when someone gets on a tear. So the show started back in the 70s, but it's obviously changed a lot over the years. What do you think has changed the most in the show, and what do you think has stayed the same?
Well, I think the host, obviously. Like we had, God love him, young Alex Trebek.
What a babe.
What a
Yeah,
babe.
what a babe.
God, I have like a picture of him with no shirt on from something, and sometimes I just like look at it. And
How did you get that?
it's just on the internet. Just like Google Trebek no shirt. You'll find it.
Based on having read his book, I don't see him as a person who would pose much with a shirt off.
Yeah.
Like, he seems very buttoned up.
Apparently he's like quite like dudely. Like he was, God bless him, like a real like handyman around the house, and he like loved to travel. Like he was like kind of like studly.
Damn guy.
Yeah, damn him.
Get it.
But he passed away, I think in 2020.
Yeah,
around
2021.
there,
It was
yeah.
during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was during the
It was a
pandemic.
big loss.
Very sad.
It was hard to,
Hard, bad time.
Yeah, a lot of texts that day. So sorry, so sorry,
Yeah.
so sorry.
Aw.
It's like a family
It was
member.
like a family member, yeah. And now we have, Ken Jennings,
Corn
Jennings, who I think is great.
Yeah.
The sets have changed a lot, and the weird thing is you're like, oh, here's a Jeopardy from like 2013, and you look at it and you're like, oh, that's so different.
Yeah.
Like it's like from the 80s. Imagine.
2013, like the early 2000s look so much older than they have any right to look.
Totally.
Based on technology.
It's so weird.
You don't
what
remember it
happened?
looking old like
No.
that, you know? Because obviously it didn't do at the time, but like it really ages it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now the podiums are so far apart.
Yeah, because of COVID, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And do you ever see the ones where like you're like, that guy's sitting down?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
because like maybe they're so tall or maybe they have a need to sit, because those tapings, if you're on there, they tape a lot in a day. Like they don't tape one on Monday, like they tape like 4 or 5 in a day, I think.
Imagine.
Oh,
You
long
just have
day.
to stand there in like uncomfortable shoes. Like I would be wearing no shoes. I might even be wearing no pants if they couldn't see.
One thing I learned about recently is that they have like little moving platforms for them to all be the same height.
Yeah.
I love it.
I guess you would have to because of camera, right?
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. I would want to sit.
Yeah.
But I always want to sit.
I mean, I feel like you'd relax more.
You'd relax. And maybe that's why they don't want you to sit, because they want you to be like,
Upright and ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
I feel like your brain can't work on itself and your legs. Like it's got to pick a blood flow.
yeah, pick a zone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
basic anatomy.
When I stand up,
101.
don't talk to me. It's not going to work.
If I'm walking, I'm not talking.
That's right. Okay, can we double down a little more on the Alex Trebek of it all?
Sure, yeah.
Like, because he was not just a great host, he was an iconic host. And I
Yes.
feel like he, in like a 40-year run, to go all the way through that, I mean, until you physically could not anymore, is very, very impressive. I feel like some game shows are just like new host every 5 years. What do you think made him so good at the job?
I think like he liked Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like I read somewhere that he watched it every night.
I love that.
Right? Like, I want to hope that it's like not narcissism, but I think he just actually liked the show. He liked the people. I think he would have to do it like day in and day out.
Yeah.
And I think he was quite interested in knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm putting a lot of that on him, but what the hell? He's dead. Prove me wrong.
You read his book.
I read his book.
He said that.
Yeah, like he kind of was into it, and I think he was just very charming.
Yeah.
He used to host a show. I think it was a Canadian show because Alex Trebek is Canadian, and it was called. Oh my God! Someone's gonna like fact check me, and it's gonna be wrong, but I think it was called Pitfall.
Okay.
And it was like. I think again it was like a fever dream that I'm describing because I think I was like 1 maybe when it was on, but it was like a series of elevators and you had to like guess the right answer, and if you got like a pitfall elevator, it would go down and then you'd have to like get the right answer to go back up. Like the goal was to like cross it, and I think he was the host of that too.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, somebody get on Google.
We'll get on it. I don't have my phone though.
Oh, I'm talking to the listeners.
To the listeners, not me.
We'll put it in our nerds letter though. If you'd like to see that, you can subscribe on Patreon. Anyway,
I also think something so interesting about Alex Trebek's hosting style is that he memorized every single answer to every question. Which when they were interviewing and trying out new hosts, one of the things that was really interesting about as they were trying to find it is the pacing of it, because he knew the answer. So the pacing of him saying yes or no, that's correct, was so quick and moved so at such a clip.
Yeah.
Whereas these other hosts coming in would pause for the panel to tell them if it was right or wrong. And so it was like, that is correct. And you're like, no, it feels wrong.
Throws you off.
Throws you right off.
I think that's why Ken is such a good host, because like I kind of believe he knows those answers most of the time.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's always funny too when like they come back after commercial and they're like, well, Kaya, we checked with the judges and we're actually going to give you that answer that you gave correct. Like, and it's like, whoa, this is like this show is alive.
It's all happening,
It's
baby.
all happening like in the moment. Nobody knows. Like renegades on motorcycles.
Were you watching the episode where Ken got so excited about the like order of the questions that he gave one of them away?
Yes.
Oh my
It was
God.
like Back in Black or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was terrific.
And you just see him like realize it and be like, oh no. Everybody laughs at him and it's like he just got so excited.
Yeah, I love it.
Were there any other potential hosts that were in that round of like trying out that you were excited about, or that you really enjoyed their hosting style?
This is going to be like such a hot take. I might get canceled, but like I actually liked Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
Yeah, like I thought he was like genial and like fun, and I thought he had like a nice voice. Like in terms of like being a host, I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But then he kind of got a bit problematic, and we don't need to discuss it. But I feel like I know people were like really pulling for LeVar Burton, and I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
I thought he did. I think he got really poorly maligned on. Everyone was like, he's not good. It's like, I think he was nervous and excited because he really wanted this.
I think he also got short shrift because like I think, again, like someone fact check me, but I think like everybody got like 2 weeks. But I think he only had a week. So, you don't have that like week to settle in. And I think like everybody kind of didn't do him any favors by being like, he should be the one.
Yeah.
Because then you're feeling that pressure on yourself too. So I don't know, maybe he would have been great.
Yeah.
Because, we all love LeVar.
Absolutely. I would have loved to see him do it.
He taught so many
longer.
people to read.
I
Imagine he taught
know.
you to read, and then you were able to learn so much and then go on Jeopardy, and he helped you through your Jeopardy experience.
Butterfly in the sky.
Exactly.
I can fly twice as high.
Make him sing that at the beginning of every
Oh,
episode.
yeah. That would be the new like, doo, doo, doo,
Yeah.
doo.
Absolutely. That would be a much more comforting thing to...
Yeah, then you'd like be lulled into like maybe sleep, maybe not so.
Maybe.
Just be comforting.
Yeah.
Just feel like you're wearing a weighted blanket of knowledge and love.
Exactly.
All right. Are there any particular strategies in Jeopardy, like either you as a home player or in training for the show, that you know about or that you like?
Just to be clear, I have never trained for the show.
It seems so intimidating.
I know. Even taking the like kind of online test.
Have you done the anytime test?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
we have too.
We tried it for our the Patreon podcast.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Yeah, you
It
can
is
go
hard.
listen to that. We didn't do well, and we were doing it together.
Lots of screaming. I'm so sorry.
It was not promising for our futures as Jeopardy contestants.
Amazing. I mean,
How'd
that's
you
why we
do?
play at home. I was okay. Like, I don't know if I would have made it.
Yeah.
But apparently, like the once you pass that test and they call you in, apparently that is also quite rigorous.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like in a hotel somewhere with like a 1,000 other people or whatever.
Ooh, stressful.
It would be stressful,
Yeah.
And that's why I think I wouldn't do well because I'm not good with like competition. I'm not good under pressure.
Yeah.
So I would just not know. But I think like if it were me, there would be so much I would have to learn, like geography. I'm so bad at geography because this story often comes up when we're watching at home. And geography is like a very popular category.
Oh, yeah.
So popular.
So many
I'm-
rivers.
Mountains,
So many
bodies
rivers, so
of
many,
water.
yeah, and just like
Ugh.
tributaries and like inlets.
Yeah.
Like
bays.
sometimes the category is like inlet,
Yep.
and you're like, eat shit.
Ugh,
What the
why?
hell,
What the hell?
guys?
Nobody wants this. And then somebody's like, doink, 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 doink.
Yep.
You're like, how do you know so much about inlets?
Because they knew they were coming on Jeopardy.
That's exactly it. I
Yeah.
think you'd have to like know the presidents. You'd have to know, and it's
Yeah.
like such a different area too because it's like
Yeah.
a lot of American history, right?
Totally.
Like, it's always fun to see like a Canadian question and see like all the Americans kind of beef it.
Yep.
Where it's like the Laurentian Mountains, and they're like, duh. Like that's always
Where?
What's
fun.
What?
Alberta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, suck it.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So, but I'm so bad at geography, and every time I get a question right, I say, "Eat it, Vince Colaci," because when I was in like grade 3, I like answered a question about like what provinces make up the prairies, and I said Alberta, and Vince Colaci said, "No, it's not, stupid," and I got so embarrassed. And only like 5 years ago was I was like, I was right.
You were right.
Alberta is a prairie
But
province.
all that time I was carrying the fact that I didn't know geography all through high school. It was just
Haunted you.
one comment from one guy.
Wild. It's amazing how those little failures stick with you.
It really sticks with me.
I remember being in high school listening to or watching Jeopardy, and I didn't get the Lusitania, the like boat that sank in the, and I was so mad about it that I've never gotten a Lusitania question wrong
That's
on
true.
Jeopardy since, and I
That's
pointed
true.
out every time, and Steph has to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But those things stick with you for
They
some
really
reason.
do.
Those are
You'll-
the ones you remember.
You'll like never forget that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too, like sometimes just watching Jeopardy, even if you don't know the answers, like my husband who doesn't know a lot of literature, like I'm like a literature person and he's more of a science person, and
Cool.
it's always interesting when like
what a
I
good
get the science
combo.
ones and he gets the arty ones.
That's fun.
But he'll all like if it's like 20th century female writers or something, he'll always guess Sylvia Plath or Virginia Woolf, and oftentimes she'll be
Usually
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fair.
So you can just kind of go like, well, it maybe is this, and
Yeah.
oftentimes you'll be like, yep.
I do that with the Bible categories that I'll always just guess, like either
Corinthians.
Genesis, Leviticus, Leviticus or Corinthians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're the ones I remember.
When they go through the categories, once in a while as they're listing them off, I'll just say what I assume will be
Yeah,
an
the
answer.
blind guess, we do that too.
And then it's usually
It's
in that
there somewhere.
category.
Yeah.
What are your okay? We know geography. Boo on geography. Nobody likes those categories.
Hiss.
Jeopardy writers,
Hiss.
you hear us, help us out. What are your favorite categories that you get like when you see it up there, you're like, I'm ready.
Let's go. I'm going to run this sucker.
I love it, like Broadway musicals, especially.
Yeah.
I'll do pretty well on those. Weirdly, potables, the one about drinking.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I think maybe it's just because like I've watched enough Jeopardy and you kind of like can pick up on whatever. One of them is always like agave, like what's tequila made of? And you're like, oh yeah, it's agave, cactus. So I like those. Anything having to do with television, especially television from like kind of late 70s to early 2000s.
yes.
It's like a TV theme song. Like I'm there. Like that would for sure be on my dream board. Anything kind of that has to do with, like, you know how they sometimes have the before and after,
Oh, I love those.
where you kind of, they give you like a phrase and then there's kind of a linking word between two and then like
Yep.
a second phrase. I do pretty well on those. funnily enough, like I don't do well when it's like 9-letter words or like 13-letter words because I get too hung up on going like, is that 9 letters? Like just trying to count. Sometimes you see the contestants like counting in their head before they say it. Yeah.
I find those are categories they'll be like 13-letter words and I'll immediately forget what the category is and just be like, banana.
Yeah.
It's like,
we do that a
It's
lot.
not 13 letters. It's not even close.
I know. And then the person you're watching is like, it's the category, babe.
Yeah.
I'm the one who usually says that to you.
Yeah, it's so true. Well, because sometimes I just get into the flow of it,
you're
and
on
then
top of it.
and then I'm just answering questions, but I've completely forgotten that it's not sea creatures. It's sea creatures that all start with W, obviously.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, oh, I'm just saying shark when the answer is obviously whale.
Yeah.
You know. It's sometimes you get lost in the sauce.
Get lost in the sauce. They're so mesmerizing up there.
100%.
That is a great board, though. I feel like that would be a very fun game.
I feel like that's a fun board, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, like presidents who died.
Yeah, what's your nightmare board? Geography?
Geography for sure. Like things like mountains or those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Oh, man. College football, which they have so often. And I feel like that's
Most
another
American thing.
That's another cultural thing where you're just like, who cares?
And they all know.
They all know them.
know.
They all know. Or like universities, like American universities,
Yeah.
Big Ten schools, like they'll have that sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind of anything like too American, but like American history I'd probably do okay on.
Yep.
What else? Science, actually, I don't mind. I also like the medical categories because I worked in a massage therapy clinic for so long.
Wow,
That,
cool.
yeah,
That's
that I was
cool.
like, just as a receptionist, but I like know a lot of bones, so so I feel like that would be okay. But yeah, like anything too like specific is the other thing.
Yeah.
Like czars.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the Ming Dynasty.
Yeah.
You can maybe like pull one out of your ass, but anything that's too like kind of specific.
Yeah, I find with those, I'm like, well, I got one fact on this,
Yeah.
and if it's not in this lineup, then I'm screwed.
I wish I could say that, like, as those categories go on and you're learning all these facts, you're hearing the questions, you're hearing the answers, that any of that knowledge would stick. And I don't know if it's the way that the questions are phrased, that by the time you find out the way the answers are phrased, by the time you get to the question response, you're like, I don't remember any of the other stuff you said.
Yeah.
It's very hard to use Jeopardy as a learning tool in that way, I find sometimes.
It is, but you know what I find the exact opposite of what you've just said is that so much of just what you hear like randomly in a podcast or on a TV show or like you watched an episode of The Simpsons, it's like so much of that, like to be good at Jeopardy, you don't actually have to be good at like learning. You just have to be good at absorbing. I think half of my reference level comes from The Simpsons.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like I know the Enola Gay was like the plane that they dropped the bombs on Hiroshima from because of The Simpsons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Krusty's plane was the I'm on a roller gay. And you kind of like, that's why I remember it.
Yeah.
So like, it is like it's trivia. Like the definition of trivia is something that kind of doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And so much of that passes through our brain. You can be great at trivia while not actually having like to sit down and read the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can like narrow things down based on things, Like, I mean, I will say we've gotten a lot of mileage on American history out of Hamilton.
Yes.
Oh, Hamilton, bless
100%.
you.
Yeah.
So much stuff we weren't.
1776, New York City. I'm ready.
Lafayette.
Oh my God.
I'll never get a Lafayette question wrong now.
That's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's
Bless
right.
you.
Bless him.
The real Schoolhouse Rock of Broadway.
Absolutely.
But yeah, there is a lot, and I think what's fun about watching the show is sometimes you learn what you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can walk away feeling smart.
Yeah. Again,
Which is what
hello,
we
Harvard.
all want to feel. Like, that's one of the things that I love so much about it is I walk away from an episode of Jeopardy, and even if I only got like 6 questions right, I'm like, can't touch me.
Yeah.
I've never been smarter in my life than I am right at this second.
We do celebrate a lot when we do well.
Look, you got to celebrate your wins.
You gotta.
No one else is going to go there and be like, Steph, you knew so much about 90s TV shows. I'm gonna be like, thank you for recognizing.
But oh boy, do we run those TV categories.
The best.
All right, so here's a question. This is from Tyler the Crone on Discord.
Okay.
Thank you for this, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Do you have a favorite themed Jeopardy? Is it teen, college, military, celebrity, pop culture?
Great cue.
Right?
I think teen and celeb is great because the questions are a bit easier.
Yes.
Like, especially if it's like not a college edition. Like if it's like, this is,
Those college
you could
kids
be
too much.
14,
They're
you
too
could be
smart.
16. Yeah. I'm like, this kid's going to Princeton.
They're deep
Not
in
this
their
kid,
books.
right? Yeah. And also celebrity sometimes is a little bit easier.
Yeah. Did you see Ike Barinholtz on when he did his celebrity?
He killed it, right?
He
was
killed
good.
it. He made it to the Tournament of Champions, I believe, and ended up giving up his spot so someone else could be in it.
It was Drew, the guy
Drew,
from Hawaii.
Drew. Oh my God, I love him. I love him so much. But he was so impressive on his run.
And the lady from Abbott Elementary.
Oh,
Quinta
Quinta
Brunson?
Brunson?
No, the redheaded lady.
Oh, her.
She was quite good on it too,
Was
wasn't
she?
she? Am I remembering?
I don't know if I saw it. We don't honestly watch a lot of Celebrity Jeopardy because sometimes I find and this is weird for us, do too many bits.
Yeah. I feel the same. Like, I want straight ass Jeopardy.
Right?
Yeah. I want nerds. I want like someone in a cardigan.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need jokes. I also sometimes think like this. Okay, here's another hot take that's going to get me canceled.
Let's go.
Did not love Mayim Bialik.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
That's not a hot take at this table.
Yeah.
We support your take.
It was because she was a bit snarky.
Yeah.
And kind of like wanted to do a few bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, get out of here.
Her pacing was also really bad.
It was not great.
was
She was
bad.
not for me. I should put it that way. She was not for me.
It didn't strike the tone that I go to Jeopardy for.
Yeah. Like, I know she's a smarty. I know she has
very
like
smart.
a PhD or whatever in neuroscience.
Yep.
But it kind of showed a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Ken because you can look at Ken and go, I bet you're dumb in some things.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know?
I would love to know what Ken is dumb in. Like, what are his nightmare categories?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Like, and I hope that they're all the ones that I'm really good at.
Eat it, Jennings.
Yeah, take that.
I love you, but also eat it. I want to beat you at Jeopardy.
Keep your presidents.
Keep your presidents. You can keep your, what are the other ones that I hate? Any of the Bible ones. Get out of here.
Bible and presidents were just so
Get
bad
out of here. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay, so also, have you seen Pop Culture Jeopardy?
No, that was the one that's hosted by like
Colin Jost.
Colin Jost.
And it has teams.
No.
Yeah, three people.
I didn't do it.
I'm right there with you.
I couldn't. I didn't even like watch one and go, not for me. I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, I think part of with Pop Culture Jeopardy, we watched a few episodes and it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine, but it's like, how can we make Jeopardy more accessible for people? And it's like, well, part of the point of Jeopardy is that it is selective in its process and that you have to reach a certain level of like knowledge to be able to be part of it. There's an exclusivity to it, which is part of the joy of it. It's like these people are the smartest people who have gone out for this. And when it's like me and my two siblings and we're wearing funky outfits and none of us know even basic pop culture trivia, I'm like, oh, this is not Jeopardy. This is just a different trivia show.
That's Trump's America.
Yeah, let's dumb it down.
That's Trump's America right there, baby.
Yeah, dumb it down so that other people can access it because intellectuals are the worst.
Yeah. Amos.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And there's something about the team element that's
weird.
Doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dumbing it down for pop culture stuff. Not that pop culture is necessarily dumbing it down, but the vibe of the show is that it's all a lot more accessible.
Oh, goofy.
One person should be able to answer those questions on their own.
My favorite thing about Pop Culture Jeopardy, though, was the feedback loop of taking a bunch of pop culture nerds and putting them in a room with Colin Jost.
Right.
Because they all very much know who he is.
Right,
And they were all visibly starstruck at all times. Like, you can see they're struggling to not be weird. It's so funny.
That's so true. Because you'd be sitting there just going to be like, what's Michael J. really like?
Yeah,
Like,
right? Exactly.
You know, that is so true. I never even
Tell me
thought
about
of
Scarlett.
that.
Tell me about Scarlett.
Like,
what's her deal?
You get some fanboying, fangirling over fan-themming. We need to work on that.
Fanning.
Faniacs?
There it is. I like that too. Over Ken Jennings, obviously, but it's a very like respectful kind of thing.
I'd change that. I would be disrespectfully fanning out over Ken Jennings.
You'd go like
would.
old Family Feud, Richard Dawson style, like kissing over the podium.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, there'd be vibes. People would be like, what is their energy between them? It's really strange. It's not even sexual. It's not even reverence. It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah. You also have a lot of interesting theories about your future run on Jeopardy you've decided is going to happen.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
I don't remember them.
You are adamant that you would not study. Adamant.
No, I'm going in raw.
Oh, you're raw dogging
I'm raw
Jeopardy?
dogging Jeopardy. If I've made it there somehow, then I clearly am supposed to be there as I am.
You would just be fingers crossed for dream boards.
That's the thing. I'm going in
Yeah.
hoping for the best,
Yeah.
expecting the worst. And I would be, and I yell at these people when they're on their runs. I'd be one of the guessers. Or I'd be like, hit it too fast because I'd freak out and I'd go, ah! And I'd just scream and they'd be like, ma'am, you need to not scream every time you touch the buzzer. I'd be like, I don't know what to do.
You know
I
what?
can't change.
You know what I think my hardest thing would be? To not sing the answers that are songs.
Oh, because you can't for copyright
For
reasons.
copyright reasons, you can't sing them. But if you're like, there's a bad moon on the rise, like, how are you?
Oh my gosh,
How are you just going like,
yes.
bad moon on the rise?
Yeah.
Like,
I do love when Johnny Gilbert says the different song lyrics.
Oh,
He'll just like
yeah,
read them out
that's
loud
great.
atonally.
Very
Like,
good.
Yeah.
this is beautiful.
how do you guys feel when they do like the video clues and it's like so clearly a promo for like a movie? It's like, we brought Nick Nolte in to like.
It's like, oh, cool, Nick Nolte. Yeah.
I think they got to get their money, and
Yeah.
I understand it from that standpoint. It always depends on who it is and what the thing is. Because once in a while, it's pretty cool, and you're like, hey, great. And once in a while, you're like, why is this celebrity on here?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
This is not for you.
Yeah.
I can't think of any specific ones, but there's definitely been. Alicia Keys, I feel like we've seen her a couple times, and I'm like, Alicia, why?
I don't think we saw her a couple times. I think we rewatched that episode.
Kaya, I have a gift of being able to watch the same thing multiple times and not remember it's the same thing. It's fine.
TV Memento.
Yeah. What are there any like standouts of those sponsored categories that you can remember?
Just recently, like Lindsay Lohan, I think did one. Like Jamie Lee Curtis, I think like Super Twins. What's the name of that?
Freaky Friday?
Freaky Friday.
I prefer Super
Super
Twins.
Twins.
Super Twins was coming out, and that was weird.
Yeah.
Like that was a weird one. But like, and maybe like I imagine this, but I feel like Quinta Brunson like did one about like Philadelphia, and I was
Yep.
like,
That's
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Like Bill
Yeah.
Nye for a science category.
Yeah,
That's fun.
That's fun. But when it's like, we very specifically have a movie about like Mount Vesuvius coming out. So we're going to talk about all the Mount Vesuvius questions.
Is there a
and
Mount
like,
Vesuvius movie coming out?
no, I just made that up.
Oh my
but-
God, because I would watch that.
It's already working on you.
It's already working. Sponsored posts work. If you could add anything to Jeopardy, what would it be?
Drinking.
Do you drink if you get things right?
I think you just steadily have to drink and like
Okay.
you just play drunker and drunker. Wouldn't that be funny?
That would
Yeah,
be
or if you
very
like get a
funny.
category wrong, you lose money and have to
and
take
have
a
to
shot.
take a shot, an extra shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bar trivia.
Yeah. Has your love of Jeopardy translated into a general love of trivia, or is it specific to Jeopardy?
I do like trivia. There in our, you know, no, I'm not going to tell that story. But I do love trivia.
Trivia's great.
I'll tell you off mic.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mostly just because I come off looking bad in it.
So just use your imagination.
Just use your
listeners.
imagination.
Yeah, no, trivia is the best.
Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah.
Even when you're getting it wrong, it's still fun somehow.
Yeah, it's a great night.
Do you
That's the
play any
best.
bar trivia?
No.
Would
Mostly
you if we
because-
started a team?
Yeah, I would play 100%.
Hell yeah.
It's mostly because I don't like leave my apartment that much.
Yeah.
Because like Jeopardy comes on. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like Jeopardy is jammy time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting on PJs, especially now that it's like going to start getting dark earlier.
Yeah. Cozy.
You know, it's cozy time.
Yeah.
There's a rule in our house that we don't rot before dark, which is
Right.
we don't settle in. And now that it's getting into fall, we're going to get to rot so much
5
earlier.
o'clock,
Prime rotting
baby.
time. Let's
Prime
do
rotting
this.
time.
Yeah.
What's the nerdiest thing you've done in relation to your fandom of Jeopardy?
I probably like hosting 2 shows about
Yeah.
it.
Would you bring either of them back?
100%. They were both the funnest. Like doing the show with Pat and Dan during the pandemic was so fun because it was the pandemic and like I think we were just kind of like looking for something to do and but Dan Gallia, who's like so funny, both Pat Thornton and Dan Gallia are so funny. If you
Both Toronto stand-ups.
stand-ups, go see them, like see all their things. But like Dan would do this thing where he would play Tony Bennett, because one of the episodes that we watched, like Tony Bennett, like I'm not sure if Tony Bennett is still alive, but like at the time, very old. He would come on and do like questions, and it was like really funny. And he's like, "My beautiful wife Patty," like it was wild. So he would come on and play Tony Bennett. It was so funny.
Amazing.
Doing like actual Jeopardy was so fun because like we would get like local, Toronto improvisers and stand-ups to like come and play, and people who like us, like just really loved Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And just like their dream was to like be on Jeopardy, and they kind of were. Like,
Oh my God.
it was
cool.
so fun.
That's my dream.
Yeah. I would bring those shows back in a second. Oh my
God, if you do, call us.
If you want to just come and do it.
We're just going to make it happen.
Speaking of,
so on our show, we like to play a mini game. So welcome to Jeopardy! Here are today's categories. Category is Top Jeopardy Champions. And that's all.
that's it. We didn't have time for 5 categories.
So for the Jeopardy round, please select from $200 to $1,000 in this round.
Okay, I'm starting at the top.
200?
Right? Yeah.
This former contestant, born in 1974, is the current host of Jeopardy!
Who is Ken Jennings?
Hell
Ding, ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
All right, what's up next? The board is yours.
Oh, I'll take former Jeopardy champs for 400, please.
400. This holder of the record for second longest run, she lives in Oakland with her wife and cat named Meep.
Is that who is Amy?
Yep,
That is
ding,
correct.
ding,
It's
ding,
Amy
ding.
Schneider.
You have $600 on the board. What would you like next?
I'd like to continue in the category, please.
Okay, this professional gambler used a two-pronged strategy to maximize individual game amounts during his 33-game winning streak and set multiple single-game records for winnings because of it.
Is it who is James Holzhauer?
That is correct.
Girl is on fire.
You are
Take that
crushing
away,
it.
Fire.
All
What would
right.
you
And
like
now
to...
they're getting harder, though, right?
They are getting harder.
Is this 800?
800.
Okay, I'll take 800, please.
All right. Since their 23-game winning run in 2022, this champion now hosts a podcast called Bookends on CBC Radio.
Oh, who is my very good friend, Matea Rowe.
Incredible. That is correct.
I feel like that specifically did not get harder for you.
All right.
All right.
Bring it on. That's what they say now? They're like, bring it. In
Bring
the last
it.
category.
They do say that. Interesting.
Interesting. This retired associate professor of operations research won social media notoriety during his Jeopardy run for his quick wit, jovial manner, and resemblance to Steve Martin.
Oh, this is the guy. I'm like, I don't know his name. I call him Discount Steve Martin. Like I call him Jeopardy Steve Martin.
Looks so similar.
They look so similar. And then who is Sam Butler? Buttress?
That's
close enough for
Sammy
me.
B. Who is Sammy
Sammy
B?
B?
Sam Buttrey.
Sam Buttrey. But he was the one who also originated the Bring It.
Bring it.
on the
Yeah,
last
he
question.
did. Yeah.
All right. Now we begin our double Jeopardy round with the
good Lord.
following category:
Okay.
Top Jeopardy champs. Please select from 400 to 2,000.
Okay, I'll start at the top again for 400, please.
right.
Okay. Do you want to take it?
Okay. A music executive by trade, this winner of the 2017 All-Star Games and former host of the Inside Jeopardy podcast is known for his snazzy style on the podium.
Who is Buzzy?
Yeah.
That is correct. Buzzy Cohen.
Buzzy Cohen.
I feel like I'm really okay with taking first names too, because that's usually what's on the podium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's what I would.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Buzzy is. There's no other Buzzies.
All right.
Also, this is for real money, right?
Well, we'll get to the final Jeopardy and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right. Your next board is
Okay,
yours.
I'll continue down the line, please.
Okay. This contestant, known best for her success on a different trivia show named The Chase, won the first Jeopardy Invitational.
I don't know. Who is Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Who is Victoria Gross?
No idea.
The funny thing about her is I think she played like one regular Jeopardy and then disappeared and then got really
wow.
big on the Chase and then came back for the Jeopardy Invitational Tournament and won it.
What's the Chase?
It's a different trivia show,
Also had never heard of it
but
before.
apparently quite popular, and a bunch of Jeopardy champs have been on it.
All right, if you say so.
Right?
All right, back to the board. You have 2,800.
Okay, the next one in the category.
Okay,
please.
1,200. From Ohio, he is a mathematician who the third longest winning streak behind Ken Jennings and who has the third longest winning streak behind Ken Jennings and Amy Schneider. His 38-game streak is referred to as a rodeo.
I don't know.
Who is Matt Amodio?
Matt
It's called the
Amodio,
Amodio Rodeo.
Of
Yeah.
course. The mathematician threw me off. I wouldn't have gotten it anyway, but I'm like, mathematician.
Yeah. It's daily double, man. We're getting trickier.
It's
You still got lots of money.
It's double Jeopardy.
You're still in the lead.
Oh,
and
great.
you didn't guess on that one, so
No,
you didn't
that's
lose any
true.
money.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, no, you've currently lost no money at all.
You have 1,600 and 2,000 on the board.
Okay.
Which one would you like?
1,600.
All right.
This is our daily double. How much would you like to wager of your $2,800? Okay.
True daily D.
Oh, my God.
Are you going to read this one, Kaya?
Yeah,
Okay,
all
great.
right. After coming in third against Ken Jennings and IBM's Computer Watson in 2011, this champion later came in third again against Ken and James Holzhauer for the title of Jeopardy GOAT.
I also think on Jeopardy you should say, give me a clue.
Well, we can give you a clue for sure.
I don't know.
He's a Hollywood guy.
Yeah, he's a real Hollywood dude.
No idea.
That's okay. Who is Brad Rutter? We were looking for Brad Rutter.
He's kind of disappeared since.
Yeah, he had a really hot run there and then lost in the GOAT tournament and was like, I'm gone.
And I kind of I get it. I get it. Once you're doing GOAT, we come back.
Yeah. What else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one left on the
Okay,
board.
last one. Bring it on.
Okay, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, this affable world history teacher is the first person to win both the Teachers Tournament and the Tournament of Champions.
I don't know.
Who is Colby Burnett?
Oh, great. Those were really hard, those last
So
few.
yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to scale them.
Yeah.
There's no
Good
final
question
There's
writing,
no
Steph.
final Jeopardy.
Those were great questions.
Thank you.
The final
Thank you.
Jeopardy is, did you have fun?
Oh, there's no yeah, did you have fun?
What is yes?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yay! Now, before we start to wrap up the episode, are there any other hot things about Jeopardy that you want to get out into the world that you need people to know about Jeopardy?
Yes. I need people to know this. You have to pay for your flight and accommodations.
You do. And what happens if you have a winning run and you're there for 28 episodes?
Yeah.
You only bring outfits for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wearing some dubs. You're doubling up on some clothes.
You got to go shopping.
You gotta go shopping. You gotta go to the Grove or whatever.
Yeah. But you have money for now, probably,
I
because you've
guess.
won Jeopardy a couple
If you've
times
been there
in a
3
row.
times, you're probably looking at least $30,000 in your
right.
pocket.
I think I read something where Ken, they would shoot his episodes on Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something, and maybe this is wrong, but would he fly home in between? Because they don't shoot every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you just hang out in LA?
Yeah,
you
are
have
just,
jobs.
Yeah, you have a job. You have you're not living in an apartment. You're staying at a hotel.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that blows my mind. But I guess if you're there for a lot, you're just well, Southwestern Airlines, Delta, bring me home. You
Let's
know
go.
what I mean?
Does everyone get some money at the end of it? So there's 1,000,
Even if you
2,000.
lose.
Yeah.
So even if you end up in the negative, I think you get some dough.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice. That hopefully covers the cost of travel.
Yeah.
I honestly I always want them all to do well.
Yeah,
It's
me
one of
too.
those things I genuinely don't want anybody to go home sad. And the worst thing is when they get in the negative and they can't do Final Jeopardy. I'm like,
That's
no,
so sad.
I wanted this for you.
I know.
It's devastating.
And almost you're come on, you're ahead by $10,000. Let this poor schmuck just
Just
get
let
out of the
him
hole for
try.
$600. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give him
Let
half a chance.
them get to the finish line.
Let him get there.
I have a
Yeah.
random other question. You're writing your name on your board for your Jeopardy. How do you write it?
All lowercase, print.
Love it.
Amazing. Kaya,
it.
how would you write yours?
I would, oh God, I would overthink this. I only just now realized that I would overthink this. I would probably also go with a fairly clear print, not maybe slanty, because that's kind of my handwriting.
Any faces? Any sparkles? Any just straight up?
Straight up, just my name.
I like putting that little guy with the
Bebo.
Yeah. I have a little cartoon guy that I put on things.
Yeah.
So I might do that.
Amazing.
you?
I think it would just be a nice print, uppercase S, and it would be Steph.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Stephanie.
Never Stephanie.
And if you got to Final Jeopardy and you didn't know the answer and you just did that, what would you write a message? Because a lot of people who don't know the answer will be like, "It's been great," or
Yeah.
"Hi, Mom."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you write anything?
yeah.
For Frodo. I don't know.
Not beating that answer. That's very good.
How about you?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would draw a butt. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
doinked it.
I doinked
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Whoops.
also you can't bet $69 and there are certain numbers you can't bet.
Really?
Yeah, you can't bet 420.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cowards. Cowards.
All right. At the end of every episode, we like to share our micro-fandoms of the week, which we will do in just a moment. But before we do, here are some other ways to connect with us. This show is always going to be free.
Hell yeah.
But you can support in many different ways, including joining us on our Patreon page, patreon.com/thefandomshow.
Do it.
Where you can get access, really loving this Beastie Boys energy. You can get access to episodes early. You can submit questions, which you can also do on our Discord. You can enjoy our monthly Nerds letter, where we drop bonus facts for each episode. So, for instance, if you want to learn a little bit about that other game show that... This is very difficult. This is a good test. If you want to learn about that other game show that he hosted, we are going to look that up. So there will be more fun facts on the Nerds Letter if you want that. Sick. And you can also listen to our exclusive patron podcast, The Fan Club, where we watch movies one of us loves and the other has never seen. You can also find us on social media at Fandom Show Pod or at our website, thefandomshow.com.
Get some merch. You want our faces on your shit? You can have it. If you go to thefandomshow.dashery.com, you can put that stuff on some mugs, some t-shirts, a mouse pad. I don't know. Do people buy mouse pads still? I guess I bought a mouse pad recently. Yeah, okay, get it on a mouse pad. Why not?
Sick.
And also, please tell all your buds about us. Tell your nerdiest friends. Tell your normie friends.
Do it.
Tell your enemies. Tell your teachers. Tell your parents. Tell your grandparents. They might learn some cool stuff about pop culture.
Yeah.
Maybe your grandparents are actually cool enough and they already know that stuff. Yeah. Do they want to be guests? Let us know. But please, if you can get on your podcast provider of choice and do a little rate, a little review, a little subscribe. Go on YouTube. Do a little subscribe on there too. Even a one-sentence review can really, really help us because, as we mentioned, this podcast is about everything and therefore really hard to get people's eyes on.
Terrible SEO.
Terrible SEO for us. We want to cover everything, though, and we won't change a thing.
We won't.
So head on over to your podcast provider of choice, rate, review, and subscribe. You can also come chat with us. If you go to the From Superheroes Discord, you can meet other fans. You can chat with us directly. You can share pictures of animals you like. Share your favorite nerdy things with us. Yeah. We love interacting with people on there, so come on over. Hang out with us. And now for our micro fandoms of the week, starting with Kaya.
Yes, hello, it's me, Kaya. So I recently picked up a book that I've been meaning to pick up for a very long time by my favorite television critic, Emily Nussbaum.
Oh, yeah.
Love her. She is awesome and a fellow Buffy fan, which is why I love her so much. But she recently wrote a book called Cue the Sun, which is about the history of reality TV. It's a very fun book. It's really interesting. It goes from like the candid camera, which actually started as candid microphone back in the day when it was a radio show.
What?
And she talks about how the origin of reality is actually in radio, and follows it all the way up to The Apprentice, which is, culturally relevant for reasons. And I'll let her get into all of the details of that, but it doesn't sort of cover newer stuff like Vanderpump, but it is a really, really cool primer on how reality became what it is. And if you're a TV nerd like me, then you should absolutely go read it. It's really fun. Steph, what are you nerding about right now?
Well, it's that time of year where everyone goes back to school and everyone goes, no, summer's over. It's terrible. And I go, finally, summer's over. On the drive over here, we saw a mostly changed tree that already had the beautiful colors of fall. And if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you probably know I'm that classic white lady. I love fall. I love pumpkins. I don't love pumpkin spice lattes. I'll be very specific about that. But I love everything else about fall. And so I'm nerding out that fall is almost here. It's getting a little cooler soon. I'm going to get to wear scarves all the time. I don't want to show skin in public. Cover me head to toe in delightful wools and tweeds and denims. I'm nerding out about the upcoming presence of fall in my life. So that's it for me. I love it. Jan, what are you nerding out about lately?
So nice. Well, I'm very excited because the Downton Abbey movie is coming out on the 12th.
Fun.
Big Downton head. There's no big down head. No.
Abby head? Ab head?
An ab fan? No. Anyway, I'm a down clown. I got there.
Down. You got it.
I got there.
That's it. That's what it is.
So I'll put that show on just in the background because it's just like so pastoral and soothing. So I'm excited about that. I also, I don't know if you guys watched this one. on Netflix called Apple Cider Vinegar. It's been out for a little while.
I heard a lot about that, but I don't remember anything about it. What is it?
So basically, it's the story of this woman, Belle Gibson, who, I don't think I'm giving too much away if I say it, who was kind of like one of the first cases of like cyber Munchausen syndrome. So, you know, like Munchausen by proxy is like you like make your baby sick so you get attention. And Munchausen syndrome is like you kind of like fake illness, and it's kind of like a mental disorder and kind of do it for the attention. This woman kind of did it via Instagram.
Oh.
And so the whole series, like there's another like Netflix series about her. It's just a 2-parter if you just want the story. But this was like, I think like very pulpy, but like an extremely well done series, very fun about a very not fun topic. And so I kind of like did a bit of a dive on her. And it was just so interesting because she was so like, she really just doubled down on her story.
Whoa.
And now because I watched that, like Netflix, the algorithm is giving me all of these like cyber Munchausen like docs, like quote documentaries and quotes.
Yeah.
And it's I'm not like a super true crime gal, but I'm really kind of getting into that just for the like, holy cow, like this is a whole other like kind of mental disorder that we can start to like explore and be interested in.
Fascinating.
And it is fascinating and sad. Sometimes it's very sad.
Yeah.
But this woman, I feel like, kind of knew what she was doing.
Was she Australian?
Yeah.
Okay, I have heard about this. Yes, yeah. I've heard she's quite a character.
Quite a character. Belle Gibson. Yeah.
Belle Gibson.
Not Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
No.
Not to be confused.
Yeah.
Also quite a character.
Also quite
different
a character.
problems, though.
Different reasons.
Very different problems. Jen, thank you so much
Thank you for
being
having
here.
me. What a dream come true this
my
has
gosh.
been. Truly, truly.
Where can people find you? What do you want to plug?
Well, you can hear me very often on Because News on CBC Radio with Gavin Crawford. You can also find me at Jan Caruana on Instagram and at Two Little Sandwiches if you like cooking and baking and, you know.
It's a great account.
Fun. Thank you.
Yep.
And if you follow me at Jan Caruana, you can see where I'm doing shows around town. I'll be doing Monkey Toast this year. It's at the Comedy Bar. It's a great improv show, as well as Hookup that is taking place at a theater at the Second City Sundays for the next few months. So
Incredible.
So there's more information that I'm not remembering. I'm hoping I'll just show up and they'll be like, it's over there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you. Jan, this was awesome. And everyone, till next time, love the things you love and tell everyone about them.
Bye.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Boom. The Phantom Show.